Hi, welcome to the video demonstration on how to make linguine alla Genovese. Specifically, it uses a classic basil pesto. I've posted the recipe, which you can see down here. However, one of the things I like to do is I've listed everything by volume and weight. I tend to like to weigh things because you end up with much better results. So for example, there's 25 grams of pine nuts. Here's 2 cups of lightly packed fresh basil. Here's a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan Reggiano cheese, 45 grams by weight. Here's a medium-sized clove of garlic that I cut in quarters. And then here's 1 1/4 cups of olive oil. We're gonna next move on to put this in the food processor, where I'll blend the basil, garlic, and pine nuts and process that to be a paste. Okay, we're gonna start by pulsing this until it forms a thick paste, which not quite there yet. So now we'll pause it here. I will remove the lid and I will take the little scraper and I'll scrape it out and take a look at it. As you can see, it's not quite a paste yet. A few more pulses, I think we're there. So let me try that. Okay, that looks like a good paste. So in a second, we're gonna put in the cheese and the olive oil to turn it into a pesto. Okay, so then we're gonna add the cheese. Doesn't wanna come out. Here we go. Okay, so the cheese is in. I'm gonna put the lid back on, safety catch, lock it in place, and we're gonna turn it on. And now we're gonna slowly drizzle in the olive oil. And you'll see it's starting to turn into a sauce. It has now been combined and it is now a pesto. And seriously, that's all there is to making a basil pesto. Congratulations. Okay, sort of the next steps we got here. So I'm boiling a bunch of water that I added 2 tablespoons of salt to. This is the oil that I've got getting ready to shimmer in the pan. I actually put a little pepper in there, but didn't mean to. But so the oil is shimmering. I actually couldn't find green beans, so I'm actually using asparagus, which is also an acceptable choice. And I also could not find linguine, so I'm using fettuccine. So in a minute, I'm going to throw this asparagus in the pan. And I'm going to show you what shimmering looks like. See the little smoke coming off it? It's shimmering right now. So, and for those of you that have a thermometer, a gun thermometer, 400 degrees is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to throw it in. They're cooking nicely. I'm going to throw a little salt on it. Salt everything. Okay, so we're gonna toss these until they get nice and cooked. Okay, so you can see these are cooking. You know, the objective is you just want to get them a little color. The old saying, color is flavor. So we're gonna not try to cook them through here. We just want to give them a little bit of a color. All right, so there's for example what it looks like blistered. They're a little bit charred on the edges. And so the next step is we're gonna add the water, which I got right behind me. So we're gonna add the 1/4 cup of water. And we're gonna cover it. And we're just gonna let those cook through. Okay, so now we're gonna check these. They've been on here about 3 minutes. Take a fork, take a real thick one. And the pork goes through with very little resistance. These are done. So we're gonna take these off the heat. We're gonna completely drain them and reserve them as mentioned before in the recipe. All right, so I've drained them. I've set them aside. They're just sitting in this bowl where the pesto is going to go soon. So let me come back and check my water. Here's the pesto that we had made earlier. When the pasta's done and everything's ready to go, this is all going to go together. So get ready for the next step. Now that the pasta's been boiled, you can see it's right here. I've also reserved some pasta water, as I indicated. This is the pesto we made earlier. I put it in a container. And then over here, you can see we have the asparagus. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the pasta on top here. Set that aside. And then we are going to put the pesto in. So we're going to assemble this dish. And this pesto's got a really good consistency. So you can sort of see there's a liquid aspect to it. It's not too thick at all. I don't think I'm going to need this pasta water. And then I got the tongs. Harry Potter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix this. And we're just going to slowly turn it over. And the asparagus. Now, let's see. Pro tip, I got bowls in the microwave that I'm microwaving for 30 seconds. That's a good way to get a nice warm bowl. If you put warm pasta in a cold bowl, it gets colder faster. So it's an easy way to warm up your plates without having to, stick them in the oven or anything like that. So, in seconds. See, that's a nice coating. This is a nice sauce. It's not too thick. You'll know it's too thick if it clumps together, but this is coating the pasta really nicely. So I'm not going to need this water. So I'm going to throw the water away. And the reason we reserve the pasta water is because it's got the starch in it from the pasta and it helps thicken it up a little bit. So we'll take some pasta, we'll put a little bit of asparagus to put on top, and voila, pasta alla Genovese.